We're going to start tonight with some wild encounters in the South Metro suburbs. A black bear has been making some serious tracks, and Kent explains why it's not as out of the ordinary as you might think.
A Burnsville street got an unexpected visitor on Thursday, and it might have never made the spotlight if it wasn't for someone with a camera.
I got a text from my neighbor
who was nowhere near home.
They're in Florida. There's a bear in our front yard, and then I immediately obviously went to my cameras.
Brandon Buchvold was not only home when the bear passed by his garage.
I had just finished working in the garage.
And when he looked closer, he realized they nearly crossed paths.
I literally missed him by minutes.
A check of another camera found they had an even closer potential encounter after that.
He legitimately crossed in front of our open screen door while we were all sitting in there, and then he propped up on the rocks. And it's almost like he was, looking around, like he owned the place or something, I didn't even know bears existed in these areas. We see deer, coyotes, and foxes. We see those frequently, but a bear is like unheard of.
Now here's the thing. The Minnesota DNR says these types of bear sightings do happen way more often than people realize, even in metro areas. For example, they say here in Burnsville alone, there have been several spotted in the past few years. And in just the past few days, according to a state reporting website, there have been at least 10 between here and Chaska alone.
When you can kind of watch on the map, just those dots fill in. This one bear probably has been making its way upriver.
Yes, and he tried. The DNR's Bear Project leader says this bear could have traveled all that way. But zoom out a little more, and the map shows he's definitely not alone.
We've had something like nearly 3,000 sightings of bears in the 7-county metro in the last 10 years. It's becoming more and more normal.
Our own KARE 11 archives bear that out, with several stories of sightings from all over the metro region in recent years, including a bear outside Union Depot, downtown St. Paul in 2020. And most of those reports came at this time of year.
For bears, this is the season of romance, and so there's a lot of males out and about looking for ladies and love. But also, this is the time of year when moms give their yearlings the boot.
And he says the increase comes from the rise in automated cameras.
Went along our pavers and then came up the stairs.
And our increased tolerance for bears.
Back in the 70s and the 80s, most bear problems would just be solved lethally. The bear would be shot.
I know they're mostly harmless.
That's true, as long as you keep your bird feeders and garbage out of reach and your grills clean.
Several people that know me have commented, oh, he was just after your barbecue, So thankfully I keep them pretty clean. Either that or my barbecue's bad.
And if you want to truly do your part, the DNR says, be like Brandon.
I just wanted to tell people about it because we have kids and a small dog. I think it's good for people to be aware so they can stay safe.
You notice that small dog was on top of all those rocks. They know what's going on. Well, if you want to check that DNR map for any sightings near where you live, or you want information on keeping your house or your pets safe, we put all of that on our webpage at KARE11.com. It's under links.